We're doing Math 6, Mission 2, Lesson 12, Navigating a Table of Equivalent Ratios. So we are going to do our warm-up, which is find the product, which is multiplication, mentally. Okay, so 1/3 times 21. Well, I know 1/3 times anything would be like dividing by 3. So I know 21 divided by 3 is 7. Then I have 1/6. I know 1/6 is half of 1/3. So I don't know what 1/6 times 21 is, or 21 divided by 6, but I do know that I could take 7 and divide it in half and get 3.5, and that is that answer. Now, 5.6 times 1/8. This is hard. We're mixing decimals and fractions, but I do know that 5.6 is 56. 5.6 times 10, which is 56. And I do know that 56 divided by 8 is 7. But I have a decimal, so I need to divide that 7 by 10, which moves that decimal this way, so it's really 0.7 or 7/10. Now, again, 1/8 to 1/4, that's 2 times as big, so I know 7 times 2 is 14, and I have 1 behind the decimal, so I'm moving the decimal over 1, so it's 1 4/10. All right. Use the table to help you solve these problems. Explain or show your reasoning. Know about 4 tacos and paid $6. So know about 4 tacos for $6. At this rate, how many tacos could he buy for 15? Well, we know, let's see what he paid for 1 taco. So 4 times 1/4, or divided by 4, would be 6 divided by 4, because we're doing the same thing here, multiplying by 1/4. 6 over 4, which is the same as 1 2/4, which is the same as 1 1/2, but because we're doing money, it's really $1.50. Okay? So 1 taco is $1.50, but I need to know for $15. Well, we just did that mental math earlier, so we know that $1.50 times 10 gets us $15. So 1 times 10, that's what we're trying to do here. So 4 and $6, 1 and $1.50. So that's times 10, which would be $15. So 1 times 10 is 10. So he could buy 10 tacos. Jada's family bought 50 tacos for a party and paid $72. Were Jada's tacos the same price as Noah's tacos? Well, we know 10 tacos. How do we get to 50 tacos? We're going to multiply by 5. So we're going to do 15 times 5. Well, 10 times 5 is 50. 5 times 5 is 25. So 50 plus 25 is 75. Jada paid $72 for 50, and Noah paid $75 for 50. So, no, they did not pay the same price. Noah's tacos were more. Noah's tacos cost more money. Okay. Activity 2. Lynn is paid $90 for 5 hours of work. She used the following table to calculate how much she would be paid at this rate for 8 hours of work. So you can see the table here. $90, 5 hours. Now, we went down to 1 hour of work to get a unit rate. So this would be the unit rate. So unit meaning 1. Unit means 1. Just like per means 1. Unit also means 1. So for 1 hour of work, she got paid $18. So for 8 hours of work, that would be 18 times 8. She works 140 or earns $144. What is the meaning of the 18 that appears in the table? Well, the $18 equals the unit rate. How much Lynn gets paid per hour. 1 hour of work. That's what per means, right? 1. Why was the number 1/5 used as a multiplier? Well, because we had to get from 5 to 1, so we could divide by 5 or multiply by 1/5. So we wanted 5 to turn into 1, so we multiplied by 1/5, or we could divide by 5 as well. Then we could go to 1, and then we could go up to 8. Okay, explain how Lynn used this table to solve the problem. Well, we first found out how much she made in 1 hour so that we could then find out how much she made in 8 hours. So we found how much for 1 hour, then multiplied by 8 to see how much she made in 8 hours. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. Okay. At this rate, how much would Lynn be paid for 3 hours of work? Well, 18 hours is her 1 hour. So for $18 for 1 hour. So now we need to go to 3 hours. That's multiplying by 3. So 18 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. Carry the 2, 3, 5. So $54. And then for 2.1 hours of work, you would do 2.1 times 18. So that's 8. That's 16. Oop. Then we have 1 and 2. So that's 8, 7, 3. And then we have 1 behind the decimal. So it should be $37 for 2.1. She did $37.80. All right, that is our lesson. Please go through your lesson summary.